Welcome to Prime 9, the countdown show that covers the very best in baseball. Guaranteed to start arguments, not end them. In this episode, we've got the top 9 plays at the plate. Why 9? That's baseball. 9 players, 9 innings. Prime 9. What makes a play at the plate so special?
He's going to be waved around. Heading toward the plate.
We considered the sheer physical brilliance of the play.
And look at Kendall. Is he safe? Ho, ho, ho!
We also took the game situation into account.
2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning. Here's the throw to the plate.
Some of our plays were extremely pivotal.
Look at Jeter. What is he even doing over there?
And a select few have gone on to reach legendary status.
He's safe, says the ump. He's out, says Yogi Berra.
We should note that there are no all-star game plays on this list, as memorable as they might be.
He throws curled into Ray Fosse, who is slow in getting up.
And obviously, we needed to have footage of the play for you to see it.
One of the most unbelievable plays you will ever see. I don't believe it!
So let's check out our top 9 plays at the plate, starting with number 9 on Prime 9. The American League Division Series in 1995 had its share of firsts.
Postseason play. First time for the Division Series.
The resurgent Yankees were in the playoffs for the first time in 14 years, and they were facing a Seattle team making its postseason debut. Led by stars like Ken Griffey Jr., Edgar Martinez, and Randy Johnson, the Mariners had beaten the Angels in a 1-game playoff just to reach this point.
The Northwest has never, ever seen anything like this.
But it would soon bear witness to a great deal more. For an epic battle was about to unfold.
Jim Leyritz, a 2-run homer in the 15th inning.
Get out the rye bread and the mustard this time, Grandma. It is a grand salami. I don't believe it.
Seattle had come back to tie the series at 2 games.
Game 5 of that series was the greatest game the Mariners have ever played.
The Yankees scored in the top of the 11th to take a 1-run lead.
Yankees lead it now.
But the Mariners did refuse to lose.
Joey Cora was at third base. Ken Griffey Jr. was at first base.
And here comes one of the greatest hitters I've ever seen. Now here comes Junior flying around third base. I don't think Junior's feet ever touched the ground around third base.
He's going to try to score. Here's the division championship. Mariners win it.
I remember watching Junior get absolutely smothered on the bottom of the pile and then see this head pop out with this smile from ear to ear.
The Mariners are going to play for the American League Championship. I don't believe it.
Plays at home plate in the history of the Mariners franchise, that was number 1.
The series between the Cincinnati Reds and the New York Yankees.
Is a Hall of Fame catcher with 2 batting titles and an MVP award to his credit. But he's also remembered for a most unfortunate play at the plate on the game's biggest stage.
The 1939 World became notable for the Lombardi snooze.
How so, you ask? Well, Lombardi's Reds fell behind 3 games to none, and
was now in the top of the 10th inning, tied. The Yankees had some men on base. Joe DiMaggio hit a single into right center field.
Again, it's DiMaggio, a single to right. Corsetti scores. Keller rounding third, lights out for home.
Just as Lombardi was bracing himself for the relay from the outfield, Charlie Keller crashed into him with a tremendous impact.
While Lombardi was sort of sitting at the plate with the ball a little ways off his feet, DiMaggio came in.
The time as I was getting so close to the plate, he had wakened, and he grabbed the ball and put it right on top of home plate, and I was fortunate enough to put my foot right over the ball, and tag the plate on the other side.
And the feeling was that DiMaggio scored because Lombardi was not alert and aware enough to get the ball. And it was nicknamed by the media, which always does the labeling, the Great Snooze.
The World Series is made for heroes and goats. This is the way the
Walters, who was the pitcher, said if there was any GOAT, it was him. He should have been backing up home plate and picking up that ball that Lombardi dropped and taking out DiMaggio. But they focused on Lombardi, who is sadly remembered today principally for the Lombardi snooze.
Welcome back to Prime 9, featuring the best plays at the plate we've ever seen. We've made our case for 9 and 8, which means it's time for number 7. In 2002, Giants manager Dusty Baker made his 3-year-old son Darren a bat boy on the team. He wanted to spend as much time with him as he could, following the skipper's battle with cancer.
In December prior to the season, I just had a cancer operation with prostate cancer, so I wasn't sure it was going to come back. I was trying to give him all I could, just in case I didn't, make it in life.
Well, not only did Dusty make it through that year, his team made it all the way to the Fall Classic.
We're coming to you from 2002 World Series.
In that 5th game, the Giants staged a rally in the 7th. And as they continued to widen their lead, young Darren dutifully did his job. But with 2 men on base, he got just a bit ahead of himself.
Snow at third, Bell at second, with only 1 out.
Then delivers to Lofton, and he strokes one into right field.
And sprinted out to get the bat, but the play was still going on.
Oh, my!
JT Snow comes across, and then all of a sudden a little kid appears, and it's like, where did he come from?
I saw the bat laying on the other side of the plate in the left-handed batter's box, and I knew that's right what he was going for. Had to grab him, touch the plate, and kick the bat out of the way all in a split second.
It is really incredible how aware JT Snow was to recognize that Darren Baker, who's only 3 years old, was standing almost in the direct line between David Bell and home plate.
And then I saw him patting JT on the back for snatching him up.
So JT Snow, who has the little one at home himself, recognized the situation right away and got little Darren out of there.
That was amazing.
Video and say, hey, we were there.
Save that videotape for Darren Baker. That's a memory.
Hall of Famer Carlton Fisk had a knack for hitting in the clutch.
There it goes, a long drive. If it stays fair, home run.
But he also came up big with glove in hand.
Fisk going to try and lean in. He's got it.
Fisk defended home plate with a passion, never more so than in a game against the Yankees.
It was one of the most incredible plays I ever saw in all the years of being a baseball writer.
And of all the great plays Fisk had made, this one was twice as nice.
2 guys on, Bobby Meacham and Dale Bear. And Ricky Henderson hits a bomb out in the left center field.
Salazar way back. He can't get it. Meacham went back and tag and stumble. Now they got 2 men at third.
All of a sudden, there's 2 guys running into each other. One guy on and hold up the other guy, and one guy comes through and the other guy goes through.
And Bobby Meacham comes running home.
They got away 1 around.
And he tags out Bobby Meacham, and Fisk turns around, and here comes Dale Berra.
There's 1. There's 2. Look at that. Believe it.
Tagged one, he fell down. I came, swung around, tagged the other one, he fell down. We're all and turned around because I thought Ricky Henderson was going to be the 3rd guy right behind these 2 guys.
Whee! How's that, sport fans?
I don't know how many times that's ever happened in baseball history, but I know I had never seen it before, and I've never seen it since.
Carlton Fisk. Nice call, Fudge.
Welcome back to Prime 9, featuring the best plays at the plate. We began with Junior Slide and Lombardi Snooze. Next came a dusting of snow, followed by the original Pudge, which means it's time for Pudge number 2 at number 5. In the 2003 NLDS, the defending National League champion Giants were favored over the wild card Florida Marlins.
Playing in Miami, you're kind of by default and also ran. The Marlins hadn't had a tremendous amount of success after the 97 season. But when you look at that team and what we're kind of taken a little lightly in the playoffs.
But the Marlins went up 2-1 and were leading again in the clincher when the Giants staged a rally in the 9th.
You've got JT Snow in scoring position. If he scores, we are dead even.
But Pudge Rodriguez had a tendency to give runners the chills when he was behind the plate. And with snow on the horizon, he began to think ahead.
Still having catch the ball, I know there's going to be a very close play at home, and I'll be ready.
Hits one to left field. Kodai coming in. He can't get it. Here comes Snow. Here's the throw home.
I thought he had no shot at the plate. So when he threw it, I thought it was kind of a courtesy throw.
Here's the throw to the plate. Pudge is waiting.
It was such a good throw that I just waiting.
Win the division series.
Pudge is holding the ball up, shouting and screaming.
And they are mobbing Pudge Rodriguez.
What a way to end the series.
Wild card Marlins are now moving on to the championship series.
Hey, Pudge, show us the ball one more time.
Got it right here.
Still got it, guys.
Right there. For us to win a series like that, good thing we didn't play the next day, 'cause I don't think nobody would have been any good.
Derek Jeter's Yankees quite often enter postseason play as the favorites, and for good reason.
A game-winning walk-off home run. Jeter backhands from the outfield grass. Got it! Jeter didn't get it!
Jeter seems to be at his best when it matters most. He's just associated with so many defining moments during a run of excellence for the Yanks that isn't solely
ALDS, when Jeter made a play at the plate that all but defied belief.
We were down 2-0 in a 5-game series, and we're playing in the enemy ballpark.
New York had a 1-run lead in the 7th, but the Oakland A's were stirring up their fans. Yankee killer Terrence Long came up with a man on. What happened next could have tied the game at 1, but Jeter's uncanny instincts took over.
When this ball was hit, all of a sudden you're scrambled eggs because you're saying, oh, just keep the run from scoring, keep the run from scoring. And when I see Shane Spencer pick the ball up and he just threw it, he never really looked, and the ball sort of sailed.
The throw misses a cutoff man.
And Derek Jeter's basically running right at me.
Shot to the plate, and the plate. Derek Jeter with one of the most unbelievable plays you will ever see by a short.
Read the play and be a third cutoff man.
Both cutoff men were missed. Jeter coming down the line, fielded with his bare hand, a shovel to Posada.
Giambi was running, Jeremy Giambi, and their family's not too fast, so I knew we still had an opportunity to get him at the plate.
The play was so spectacular, the Yankees couldn't help but go on to win the pennant.
Well, Derek Jeter.
His share of iconic moments, but his fantastic flip may top them all. Second base, representing the winning run, was the Braves' Sid Bream. The 1992 League Championship Series between the Pirates and the Braves had come down to the wire.
Pittsburgh 2, Atlanta 1, with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning in Game 7 of the National League Championship Series.
the fleetest of foot.
A lot of people said Bobby Cox was having a brain cramp because, I mean, you know, he should have had somebody out there running for me, and I would agree with him. I mean, at that point in time, I had 5 knee surgery on my right knee and 1 on my left. I had a big brace on. I mean, I was slower than molasses.
But Cox was in a sticky situation of his own, for he simply had run out of options to replace Bream on the base paths.
We were out of hitters. We were out of everything. So, you know, we unloaded the revolver, shot all the bullets.
In fact, the man the Braves sent up to bring Sid home had had just 11 at-bats all season. Mere peanuts.
And now the Braves season hangs in the balance as Francisco Cabrera comes to the plate to bat for the pitcher.
Francisco Cabrera played sparingly after he'd been called up. He was called up as kind of a third catcher, kind of an emergency guy.
I just did whatever I could do in order to get there.
So all I could think of was like everybody else. Go, Sid, go. Go, Sid, go. Go, Sid, go. Go, Sid, go.
And he is saved at the plate. The Braves go to the World Series.
But the exciting part about that was to see Sid Bream slide into home, look over at the umpire like, safe or out, and exhausted, fall back, and everybody jump on him.
The Braves moved on to the World Series thanks to one unforgettable play at the plate.
It was a great memory, something I'll think about for the rest of my life.
We now return to Prime 9, where in this episode, we're the brilliance of the play were factors in helping us make our decisions, and pivotal plays were prime for the picking. So now it's time for numbers 1 and 2, the best plays at the plate we've ever seen. We begin with number 2. In 2007, the National League wildcard team had to be determined by a one-game playoff between the Padres and the Rockies. The tension was off the charts.
I think we went through about every emotion you can throw out there through the course of that game. Head down, sideways, tied.
After the Padres took the lead in the top of the 13th, they called on all-time save leader Trevor Hoffman to shut the door. But these Rockies had just gone 13-1 to close out the season. No mountain was too high for them to climb.
We knew we were going to win some way, somehow, even if we were down late.
Game's not over.
We still believe in our team, and we still had 3 more outs.
And we threw some good at-bats up early.
This is unbelievable.
With the score now tied, Matt Holliday was on third, representing the winning run.
Jamie Carroll, the batter.
We all knew
to play at the plate.
Crowd roaring on its feet, and the pitch is lined to right. Giles will line it up, make the backhand. Here comes Holliday.
Matt's bringing everything he can down the line. He's thinking, oh man, this is going to be close.
I was thinking I was going to be close enough where I'd have to run Michael Barrett over or try to dislodge the ball. And, you know, as the rule says, you're not supposed to slide head first from the home plate, but it was too late.
The throw to the plate, he is!
And it was just like everything froze. There's no sign, there's a lot of dust. You know, Holliday's chin's scraping the ground.
Someone was telling him to tag home plate, but he was out of it. He was dazed.
You see the ball and it's safe called.
Safe! The Rockies are the National League wild card winners.
Colorado was moving on, but because of the nature of the play, questions persisted as to whether Matt really touched the plate. Just don't expect an answer from him.
You know, I was really kind of out of it, so I don't really remember.
I was one of the first guys at home plate, and I was going to pick him up, and when he rolled
of their final 22 games that year to capture their first ever pennant. And that's a good enough reason for anyone to take one on the chin. When Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier in 1947, he brought a style of play to the majors that became his signature.
Jackie Robinson is the leading stickman in the National League.
Jack was a risk taker, and he learned some things when he played with the Negro Leagues. How it wasn't showboating. He had learned how to help the team, and it was appreciated in that context. It wasn't something that he was doing for himself. He was doing it for his teammates.
And when Jackie's Brooklyn Dodgers faced the Yankees in the '55 World Series, he found the perfect opportunity to set the tone for the series.
Jackie Robinson was terror on the base paths and could completely disrupt the rhythm of any game and manufacture a run without a single swing of the bat.
It was in Game 1 of the series when Jackie set into motion our most memorable play at the plate.
With one run in the 8th and Jackie Robinson on 3rd, pinch hitter Kellert faces Whitey Ford. And here comes Robinson, trying to steal home. He's safe, says the ump. He's out, says Yogi Berra. And brother, is Yogi hopping.
Yogi and I still argue to this very day about whether he was safe or not.
I know I had him. I wouldn't argue that much.
The Dodgers went on to win the series, their first over the Yankees in 6 tries. And even though Jackie's steal of home was in Game 1, it is considered to be a crowning moment of the series, and a play at the plate that will live on forever.
This is a magnificent moment, and Jackie Robinson did it better than anybody else.
Jackie stole home 19 times in his career, but it is far from the all-time record of 54, held by Ty Cobb. Hall of Fame speedster Max Carey holds the National League record with 33 thefts of home plate. Cobb also holds the single-season record of 8 in 19 home in 1946. The last player to steal second, third, and home in the same inning was the former Philly, Jason Worth.
Worth steals 3 bases in the 7th inning.
He circled the diamond in 2009, the first time anyone had done that since Eric Young stole all 3 bases in June of 1996. There really is nothing quite as exciting as a pure steal of home. Runner stealing home! But to do it in a World Series, well, Jackie took it to another level. That's our Prime 9. What's yours?